In this video, I will show you how to insert a macro for a digital input module from the data portal of EPLAN in order to use this macro in our project. To do this, we need to go to the utilities menu from the menu bar and select Data Portal. Now we need to select the manufacturer of our digital input module. In our case, it's Siemens brand. And then we need to enter the part number of our module. And click search. Now we have the search result. We found the digital input module in the data portal database. And here is the correct part number. And then we have three types of macros: the picture of the module itself, and macros for electrical drawing, and also a 3D graphical representation of the module. So we are interested in the electrical drawing macros, and when we select it, we have also three categories of these macros. We have macros for circuit diagrams, we have macros for overview, and also we have a macro for the graphical representation of the digital input module. So we are interested in the circuit diagram macro, so we will select this one. And then we import this macro in our EPLAN database, like this. And then we place it wherever we want in the page. And then do not modify, and then click OK. Now we have the macro in our EPLAN database, and we can use it later on. Thank you. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use EPLAN macros in EPLAN software. So now we want to add a sensor macro here. For this, we will go to Insert menu, and then we will select Window macro or Symbol macro. Here we can browse all the saved EPLAN macros in our computer, and if the required EPLAN macro does not exist, we can easily download it from the manufacturer website. So now we will select Sensor macro and then click OK. So now we will align the sensor macro with the terminal, and then select Do Not Modify and then click OK. So now we have the sensor macro is ready, and also the terminal from the symbol library is ready, and also the PLC channel from the data portal is ready too. Now we need to power up the sensor. So we have to bring a power line from the power supply page. For this, we will use the interruption point. The interruption point basically is a connection point between different pages. As the power supply already exists in a different page, so we need to bring this power supply here to power up the sensor. So we will use this interruption point. So now we want to connect the interruption point to the supply of the sensor, but as you can see, it cannot be aligned. So for this, we will choose grid A, like this. And as you can see, we are able now to align them and connect them. Now we have to specify the name of the power line, and also for the ground, we have to type M and click OK. And the next step now is to bring the text to the other side of the symbol. So now we will have to copy and paste the interruption points to the other side, and we have to align them with the lines to be connected correctly. And then we will bring the text to the other side of the interruption points. And then we will have to change the names of the power lines. And now the loop of the sensor is ready. Thank you. In this video, we're going to show you how to create macros in order to import these macros into Automation Designer. We will start with creating sockets, and sockets are simply the reference to locations where we want to import the macros into Automation Designer. So for this we will click on text, and then we have to type the PLC channel name in this syntax. For this time only we will use the PLC1 and then press OK. And then we have to put the socket in any preferred location in the EPLAN page. In this step, we want to create a variable, and this variable is the link between EPLAN and Automation Designer, so that EPLAN is able to build the page. We will select the required object, and then from insert menu we will select placeholder object, and we have here all the properties of this object that we can link to Automation Designer. We will work on the name visible property of this object, and now we want to create or to name the variable. It should follow certain syntax like this. We will call it as a rack.slot, and this is the name of the variable that we will see in Automation Designer, and then we'll simply press OK. Now we are done for this object, the PLC channel, and we want to create another sockets for the other objects in the EPLAN page. For this we will go to text again, and we have to name this as terminal, which is the next object in the page, and we'll press OK, and simply we will place it just next to the terminal. And we will put another socket for the sensor as well, but we have to change the name to sensor, and the name should be unique. Name of the text should be unique, so each object has its own name. Yeah, and now we are done. And now we will select all the sockets and placeholder of all the objects related to the PLC channel like this. And then we want to create the EPLAN macro of this PLC channel. For this we will do right click and then choose create window macro or sample macro. Here we can change the name of the macro. We will name it as training, and here we can change the description so that we can understand it in the future. And then from extras drop down list we have to choose define handle for the EPLAN macro, and then we choose socket of the PLC channel, and then we will press OK. Now we have the EPLAN macro ready to be imported in the Automation Designer, and then we can generate the EPLAN page. Thank you.